Welcome to Chinese Novel Audiobook. Chapter 1. Eiji Nakamura. After the initial shock from the realization of my incarnation, I calmed down and observed my situation. First of all, my name is Eiji Nakamura, a normal-sounding Japanese name, which I am quite happy about since there exist strange names in this world which can only be described as child abuse, like for example Boruto, or naming a girl after a muscular sword-wielding barbarian. However, what I am not happy about is that I and my family are complete mob characters. You may ask why I am so certain of this. Well, I don't remember having seen any Nakamuras in the anime, and my parents aren't even jonin. They are only chunin, even though they are already in their 30s. That is not even the saddest part. They were only promoted recently to chunin because they somehow survived the rampage of the Nine Tails in the village. They really didn't do anything other than standing on standby and watching over the barrier which protected all the children, myself included. I guess the promotion was to the fact that my mother just gave 2 weeks prior birth to me and she wasn't in her peak condition to fight but still choose to. But honestly, I doubt that it would really make a difference performance-wise. They are that kind of shinobi that can only use some basic ninjutsu like the transformation technique and throw some kunai. To be fair, they aren't part of any shinobi family, so they don't have any special ninjutsu, but still. Anyway, my father's name is Satoshi and my mother's is Kimiko. Apparently, they both come from non-shinobi families. My father didn't want to inherit his family business and instead wanted to become a shinobi. If I had to describe him, the term complete braindead would fit him best. When I asked him why he wanted to become a shinobi instead of inheriting the business, he said, "Son, in this world you can't have a harem if you are only a tanner. The only way to assemble a harem is to become a great shinobi. I failed at my dream, but I am confident that you will carry it on and assemble a harem of, huh? Darling, what do you intend to do with this pan?" My mother chose to become a kunoichi to support her family financially. Even though she is also weak, at least she isn't brain dead like my father and is overall a pretty serious and strict person. It looks like I inherited appearance-wise much more from her side. Black hair and a grumpy-looking face. So anyway, I am now 5 years old, and normally when you regain your memories from a past life you should be careful to not act differently, right? To tell the truth, I kind of forgot to pay attention to it, but I don't know how, but things somehow worked out and my parents' behavior towards me is still the same. Satoshi's POV. 5 years ago, roughly the time the fox spirit attacked the village, my son was born. By the way, many people in the village would curse when they think about this day, but for me, it was a lucky day. I just stood there doing nothing, while others fought at the front lines, and when this whole thing ended I was suddenly promoted to chunin. Well anyway, at first I and my wife were really worried. Eiji, our son, was a bit slow and not considered very smart. He was one of the kids who would eat glue if you didn't pay attention to him for even a second. Because I was worried, I went to a shop which sells pills for shinobis. When I told the old granny there if she had any pills for brain power, she gave me a special one and told me that it should be only used in emergencies on the battlefield because it has tremendous side effects. I always knew I was smart, but giving a stupid child brain enhancement pills was one of my best ideas I ever had. I wonder why no one had the idea before me. I should definitely publish this idea. Anyway, when I came back I instantly gave him the pill. That is when my wife Kimiko came home. She asked me what I was doing, and when I explained to her my brilliant plan, well, I only remember her face, which looked like she wants to kill me. Hey, there is no reason to be that jealous that I was the one who came up with this smart idea. Weirdly enough, I passed out after that, and when I woke up I had fist prints all over my face. Life is truly mysterious at times. Well, sometimes later Kimiko came home with our son. Apparently, they were at the hospital. Huh. Did my son have the flu or something? After that, he behaved a bit weird, but since he doesn't eat glue anymore everything should be fine. Only that Kimiko is still upset even now. Is she still jealous of my genius idea? P.S. Hey, it's me, the author. First of all, thanks for reading so far, I really appreciate it. Secondly, I have a question for the future. Would guys prefer to have the Japanese form of address like kun, san, etc., or would you prefer the story without? By the way, when I browsed the Naruto wiki to refresh some things for the story, I found this egghead which I needed to share. Chapter 2. Choice of a Mob. You are always staying in your room, they said. Go to the park and make some friends, they said. Now I'm here at the park sitting on a bench and watching other children. I have no idea. How the hell do shitty brats make friends with each other? In my university days you just had to offer some free beer, so maybe, no better not. Wait. Why do I even think about shitty brats? The world of Naruto is a dangerous place to live. Let's get my mind back to a more important topic. Since I regained my memories, I have come up with some options. Option 1. Living a quiet life as a non-shinobi, even in the unlikely scenario where I miraculously survived till the end of Naruto. What would only await me would be the era of Boruto, where damn aliens invade the planet day and night. Option 2. Obtaining somehow a Sharingan or a tailed beast. Nah. If I wanted to commit suicide, might as well do it less painfully. Option 3. Get strong enough to be able to travel the world and then just hide in some unimportant place. Yeah, option 3 is probably the best. So then the next question would be, how strong would be good enough? I should be at least strong enough to be able to deal with multiple small fries, right? So I guess around Jonin level. Okay, that seems achievable even for a mob like me. So next would be, how can I achieve this? If I just follow the normal shinobi career path with going to the academy and then just doing missions, I would just end up like my parents who only know how to throw some kunai around. So to be Jonin level 1 would need some real ninjutsu. I think when you are a chunin you can learn some elemental ninjutsu from scrolls which you can borrow. Wait, what the hell are my parents even doing? If they learned some I could ask them to train me, but I guess they are just glad that they aren't genin anymore. They really have no ambition at all. Well, my dad has an ambition, but let's not talk about that. Anyways, so that means I just have to advance to chunin, learn some decent ninjutsu, and then defect. I would be considered a wanted rouge ninja and would be in the bingo book, but it is still better than being forced to fight a rampaging Madara. Graduating from the academy should be easy since I know which jutsu is tested as the graduation exam. Yeah, that will be as easy for me as stealing candy from children, hahaha. I also know the content of the Chunin exams where Naruto and the rest will be participating. That won't be as easy though. First of all, I need to make sure that my assigned Jonin will allow me to participate in this particular exams. Furthermore, I need to impress the staff there, so I can be promoted like Shikamaru. But this will be really hard, considering how stupidly strong some of this generation will be. I legit will be competing against monsters. But the problem is that if I don't participate in this particular exam, I'm not confident at all that I will be able to pass future Chunin exams without abusing my future knowledge. Just look at the dumb first test. How is a normal person supposed to know that you have to cheat? So then the only thing I can do is to make sure that I will be strong enough till then. Yeah, asking my parents to train me will be a waste of time, so let's just look somewhere else. Well, somehow it was fruitful going outside to think things through, so let's head back home. But why do I have the feeling that I forgot something? Oh, welcome home, Ag. Were you able to make some friends? Oh, right. Yeah, I'm now in friendship with nature and decided to live in the woods. I just came here to tell you. Quote. I'm just joking. Anyway, what's for dinner? While walking inside, I hear my mother muttering, "This damn pill made him weird. I wonder what she is talking about." Chapter 3. Ripping off children is too easy. So I have been thinking about how to get stronger. And the answer is that I need to know my chakra affinity first. All planning will be useless without. Like if I know I have lightning affinity, I can make a lightning armor and go super speed. Or for water, I could use water guns. With that in mind, I went to my mom. "Joe, give me some cash." "Don't Joe me, speak normally. Besides, what do you need the money for?" "I want to go to a ninja shop and buy something for training." My mom gave me a suspicious look. "Why did you suddenly decide to start training?" Because I have the fire of will in me and want to protect stuff. I guess. It is the will of fire, and that half-assed response wouldn't even convince your idiotic father. But I don't think it hurts to start training before attending the academy, so here you go. She gave me 500 ryo. Anyways, come home before dinner. Yeah, mom. By the way, normally when you reincarnate you think that having new parents would be awkward. But since I have the same body and feelings before I regained my memories, I guess that the feeling of love for my parents kinda stuck with me. I don't mind though, since having feelings of love is for the most part usually positive, make love not war. So I can live less dangerously. At a small shinobi shop, a huge crowd of kids is making loud noises. Hey, let's trade our figures. You damn thief. I saw it first. Even though it's a shop that sells dangerous weapons, right now this shop also sold some shinobi action figures, which are really popular with the kids within Konoha. There a small girl with two Chinese-style buns was looking sadly at her opened the pack. I really wanted a Tsunade figure. While the girl lamented her bad luck, a grumpy-looking boy walked in. Holy Jesus, why the hell are there so many brats there? What is a Jesus? The girl wondered and observed the weird boy. The boy seemingly ignored all the other children and walked straight to the shop counter. Joe, I would like to purchase some chakra induction paper. Alright, how many would you like? Just one. Okay, that would be 2,500 ryo. What the, why is it so expensive? Because it is made of a special tree which is grown and fed with chakra. The procedure is really troublesome, so that's why it's so expensive. I can't afford it. Well, that sucks. Anyway, have a nice day. Wait, why don't you buy a Konoha mystery hero instead? They are currently really popular with kids like yourself. What the hell are those? Each pack contains a random hero from Konoha's history, and each having a certain rarity level. Why tell hell not? My mum will be disappointed if I don't buy anything. Alright, how much does one pack cost? 100 ryo. Okay, then I will buy one. Would you like to choose a package yourself or just a random? Just a random. Okay, here you go. After purchasing a pack, with an enthusiastic face, the boy opened it up. What's this? Wait, is that Tsunade? Well, I don't care, I wonder if you can get Madara out of one of these. While the boy wanted to leave, he felt someone pull on his shoulder. Excuse me. Would you be willing to trade your Tsunade figure? What the foo? When the boy turned around he had a shocked expression. Is that Tenten? I knew I would sooner or later run into a main character but it's still freaking scary. What the hell is she even doing here? So? Question mark. I gave a smile. Sorry, can you repeat what you have said? I asked if you would be willing to trade your Tsunade figure. You want this figure? Is it a rare figure? It's medium upper rare. But I really want in. I tried many times but didn't get even a single one. He, so you really want it, huh? Okay, I will sell it to you for 2,500 ryo. Tears started to form in her eyes. Can't you sell it cheaper, please? Nope, and the longer you make me wait, the higher the price will be. Now I will sell it only for 2,600. What? 2,700. Wait. I accept, she said with tears and snot flowing down her face. Hey, stop making that face, or others might get the wrong idea. Anyways, here is your figure, so don't cry. Even though she stopped crying, she is glaring at me while she takes the figure. I won't forgive you, you evil. I shrug my shoulders while thinking, well, it's only Tenten, so who cares? Anyway, I now have enough money to buy a chakra induction paper. The boy who wished for love and peace not long ago just shamelessly scammed a little girl. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 4. Bad Feeling. I have finally a chakra induction paper. So now I can finally know my chakra affinity. Wait. I forgot that I don't even know basic chakra manipulation, so I can't send my chakra to the paper. Let's ask my parents. They should at least be able to use basic chakra manipulation since they can use beginner ninjutsu. While Eiji was outside shopping, at the Nakamura house, which was an inauspicious two-floor building you could find everywhere in Konoha, Kimiko and Satoshi had currently a discussion. Don't you think it's unhealthy for a child his age to not have any friends, Kimiko? I mean, he is kinda mature for his age, so won't it be hard for him to get along with children of his age group, Satoshi? Even you can say something smart sometimes. Come on, why do you have to be so mean? Anyway, isn't it fine since he will have enough time in the future to assemble his friends? I will just ignore what you tried to say. Anyway, even if he is more mature than other children, it will be psychologically detrimental in the future if he can't have decent childhood experiences. A friend of mine has a daughter only 1 year older than Eiji, so how about this? I and Eiji will visit them tomorrow. Wait. If it's a girl, I need to make sure his first harem member is, "Hey darling, why did you suddenly pick up the chair?" When I returned home, before I could ask for any training, my mother suddenly proclaimed that we will be visiting tomorrow a friend of ours. Why is my dad lying on the floor unmovingly? And why do I have a bad feeling about tomorrow? I'm currently on my way with my mum to her friend's house. Why the hell do you even need to drag me along with you? Stop cursing. And I already said it yesterday, my friend has a daughter around your age. Since you don't really interact with children your age that much, I decided it would be best to take you along with me. I already know that, but what I don't understand is, why do I need to play with some stinky brats when I could do something more productive? Do you mean by productive, lying in bed all day with dead fish eyes and complaining that survival is hard? Hey, survival is hard, and conserving energy is healthy. Well, I won't teach you about chakra if you don't play with this stinky brat today, do you understand? Yeah, sure, whatever, boss. I really wonder where you learned such foul language. Anyway, we are almost there. While two parents greeted each other, someone shouted suddenly. Ah, it's the evil boy from yesterday. ... Shit, now I know why I had a bad feeling about this. Chapter 5. The childhood friend of a mob can only be a mob too. A woman who wore a Chinese-style dress asked, "Oh, you already know each other, Tenten?" HMPH, I only know that he is a shameless scoundrel. Hey, it was an honest deal. Didn't I give you the figure you wanted? Taking advantage of a maiden's heart makes you evil. Well, that's enough for now, you two. Why don't we all go inside first? I have some new tea you haven't tried, Kimiko. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Hey, I know Tenten had less screen time than Sakura's forehead, but still, isn't it too much to have her family be friends with a total mob family? Somehow I feel a bit bad for her. Hey, if you apologize now, I will forgive you. We are currently outside at a park not far from their home, since our mothers had the glorious idea to let us play outside while they enjoy some nice green tea. I also like tea. I was never a coffee person, the only coffee I drank occasionally was Irish coffee. Stop ignoring me. Especially when it's spring and it isn't too hot for tea. Green tea was my second favorite, while my first. Now I won't forgive you. She suddenly charged at me, so I moved my body a bit. Well, that was a rather pitiful attempt. She fell with her face straight into the ground. Even totally wasted drunkards in my former life could fight better. Wah hhhhhhhhhhhh. And now she is crying. And it's too loud to just ignore her. Come on, stop crying, my eardrums will explode. Wah hhhhhhhh. Hey, okay, I am sorry. How about this, I will let you eat as much dango as you want as an apology. Sniff, really? Yeah, at the dango shop. You know, I said I will let you eat as much as you want, but I don't have a huge amount of money with me right now. Well, it's enough, so I forgive you. Be glad that a future great kunoichi like me isn't your enemy anymore. A great kunoichi. I raise an eyebrow while future scenes of her flash in my mind. Stop making a face like you aren't convinced. I swear, I will become a legendary kunoichi like Tsunade. Wow, I didn't know that small Tenten would be saying so cheesy lines like a certain orange boy. Tsunade. Was that the reason why you absolutely wanted that figure? Yes, she is proof that girls can be as strong as boys. Isn't the reason why there are so few legendary kunoichi not because of gender differences but rather because there was no female cheater with Uchiha or Senju blood? No way, I will say it out loud. My mum sometimes doubts my sanity already. Well, considering your attack from earlier, you still have a long way to go. And here I thought for a moment that you are actually not evil. It's the truth though. If you charge at someone, you should at least make sure that you can change the direction. Then teach me. Why should I? Because I will tell your mum that you bullied me if you don't. This little bitch. Then I won't pay for the dango. What? You said you will pay for me. Fuck. Because she shouted, the shop owner is now looking. Now it will be hard to say that I need to use the bathroom and quietly disappear. Looks like it's checkmate for me. You know that I don't know much about fighting either. So me teaching you, will be a waste of time. I don't care. After making a maiden cry, you should do your utmost to make her happy. Whatever, arguing with you is pointless. So okay, when do you want to start our training session? Tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Well, I don't think I can decline, so let's go with that. Well, looks like I got myself into a troublesome situation. Now that I think about it, not much is known about Tenten, like for example her family name. Hey, by the way, what's your family name? Well, I won't tell you. Why are you blushing? And why is it such a big secret? Damn, now I really want to find out. On the way home. Joe, Mum, what's their family name, by the way? Don't Joe me. And if you won't know, why don't you just ask Tenten? Since tomorrow you two will play together again, right? Oh, wait, does it mean that you finally have your first friend? It's training. And I don't consider this stupid, lass, my friend. Oh, you don't have to be shy. Well, anyway, I asked her family name and she didn't tell me. If she didn't tell you, then I won't tell you either. He, she said that with a mischievous smile. What the fuck? Why is it such a huge secret? Chapter 6. Affinity. After the visit, I pestered my mum to give me a crash course on basic chakra control like we agreed on. I thought it would take me longer, but the basic principles are pretty easy, so I can now feel my chakra and concentrate it on specific locations, albeit slowly and clunky. So now I'm at a park looking at the chakra induction paper while a certain girl with 2 Chinese-style buns was running in circles. This is the moment that decides my future path. I grin while I'm imagining myself using water guns, breathing out fireballs, or go ultra speed with thunder around my body. Honestly, I'm fine with every chakra affinity as long as it isn't earth or wind. Wind is only useful if you have something like a Rasengan, and even though I know the basic principles of it, developing a budget Rasengan would be hard. Just look at Naruto. He used for a long time shadow clones to help him form those. So I don't know how I can get strong fast with a wind affinity. And earth, yeah, let's not even mention it. So this is the moment. I slowly concentrate chakra into my left hand and then move it towards the paper on my hand. Please no wind or earth, please no wind or earth. The paper split in two. Everything went black in front of my eyes. While Tenten ran laps, she recalled the conversation she had with Eiji when she stopped running a while ago. Huff, huff. I ran now 4 laps, now teach me techniques or something. I already told you that I don't know much about fighting either and that I can't teach you much. But if you want to get stronger, the easiest and most straightforward way is to just get physically fit. But I don't feel like running will make me stronger. Well, that's because it doesn't, and I just wanted to see you suffer. Ah, you evil. Joe, calm down, it was just a joke. Anyway, let me explain how it will make you stronger. First of all, no matter how powerful your techniques are, if you run out of steam, then you are basically useless. Secondly, it enhances your brain power. With constant stamina training, your body will be able to distribute oxygen more efficiently, which is especially useful for the brain. When the brain has a larger amount of oxygen, the benefits will be, well, there are way too many to list them all. You know what? Sometimes you don't talk like a child. Well, anyway, did my explanation convince you? I guess. Good, then keep running. So she started running again. After a few more laps, she felt like she was dying and stopped. Huff, huff, Eiji, huff. I'm done, huff. I can't continue, huff. Eiji. After catching some breath, she looked at Eiji. He looked like he was in a semi-unconscious state and kept repeating the same line. Existence is pain, everything is pain, over and over again. Sometimes he is really odd, she thought. Hey Eiji, wake up. Waking up is pain, existence is pain. Please stop, you are scaring me, if you don't stop I will rub my snot on you. What the foo, hey, what happened? Why did you threaten me with your snot? He somehow managed to get up. What happened? I should be the one asking you the question. I'm done with running and wanted to ask you what I should do next, but you were laying on the grass and murmured some creepy stuff. After hearing that, he looked at his left hand, and then his expression turned expressionless like some who had given up on life. Oh right, it is wind, wind. I hope the wind will take me somewhere far off, wind. No, get a hold of yourself. Don't fall back into this creepy state. Yeah, you are right. I must accept the reality that I'm a mob without cheats and have the worst kind of luck possible. What weird things are you saying again? Anyway, what should I do now after running? Running. Oh, right, let's call it for today. Overexercising isn't helpful. And I need to look for a rope anyway. A rope? Nothing. Let's meet here tomorrow at the same time. Alright. Chapter 7. New Path. After coming home, I calmed down a bit and decided not to buy a rope. I have to get stronger to survive until Boruto era where the internet is developed. Then I can hide somewhere and enjoy the infinite possibilities of the internet, while I will let others deal with those damn aliens. Anyway, let's think about wind chakra. The characteristics of it is to increase the sharpness of things like kunais, for example. No, I won't be a useless kunai only nin. What can I do other with it instead of buffing kunais? I have no idea. With the other chakra natures, I wanted to use scientific principles from my last life to get instantly strong. Like with lightning, I could fire coins like a railgun. Or with water, I could maximize the pressure for water guns or bombs. But for wind, I really don't have anything I can think of. So then let's try a different approach. Let's think of ways without a chakra nature. So chakra in general basically just another form of energy. Even without ninjutsu, just a huge amount of chakra alone can be devastating. Just look at Lee and Guy when they opened their gates, or nature when he was buffed with Kurama's chakra. He smashed Hakusa's ice mirrors just with his fists. I can't get my hands on a tailed beast, and even if I could, I would be hunted by Akatsuki, so it wouldn't be worth it. So I need to think more into the direction of the 8 gates. If I remember correctly, the principle behind it is that normally you can only use a portion of your chakra to protect the body from overexertion. So if you open the gates, you have more chakra, but your body might not be able to handle that. But why can Naruto's body handle so much extra chakra from Kurama? Maybe it's because the 8 gates also use the organs, like letting the heart rate go berserk so that your blood flow is extremely high. So the 8 gates not only enables you to use the stored chakra but squeezes every drop of your body's survival mode out. Does it mean if you could just use the stored chakra, your body would be uninjured? No, probably it's rather the opposite. It's because you let your body go into survival mode that you can use the stored chakra. So that means I have to find ways to increase my chakra without something like the 8 gates. But, do shinobis not have a natural chakra potential limit? And the limit normal shinobis have is not high enough to really enhance someone physically to be able to smash unmeltable ice mirrors with your fist. Wait. If chakra is just another form of energy, then the amount isn't necessarily important but the quality of it. This means I could just accelerate the chakra through my body and then release it suddenly with a bang. Yes, I'm a fucking genius. The door in my room slammed open. Eiji, I don't know what you are doing, but be less loud. I could hear your yell in the whole house. I'm sorry, Mum. Anyway, I now know how to get stronger. Starting tomorrow, I will train my chakra control and slowly start to accelerate it. Chapter 8. The Dangers of Training. Hey, what are you doing? I'm training my chakra control. Oh, let me do it too. I already ran enough for today. You know I'm pretty much a beginner when it comes to those things, so I can't really help you. Tenten made a smug face. Then I will teach you. The great me can already use chakra. Are you serious? Let me show you. She made a few hand seals and directed chakra into her palms. Is this supposed to be the healing technique of the medic nins? Yes. Did I surprise you? Eiji looked at her palms. The chakra was completely chaotic. It was like disconnected blob pieces. Eiji murmured to himself. Was there a thing where she tried to become a medic nin before scrapping the idea and doing her weapon thing? Well, to be honest, I didn't really pay attention to minor characters like her, so I don't know. Listen, Tenten, this was a complete insult towards all medic nins. Wah! Her eyes showed complete shock. Why do you even try to become a medic nin? Because I wanted to be like Tsunade. Just trying to copy others will most of the time backfire. Borrow some kunais from your parents for tomorrow. You will scrap the idea of becoming a medic nin, okay? No. And I won't be training anymore with you. She suddenly ran away. Maybe I was a bit too hard to her. The next day. Why are you here? Didn't you say that you wouldn't be training with me anymore? I just wanted to show you that you are wrong. Yes, anyway, did you bring some kunais? Yes, I did, but why do you need them? Well, you will start to practice throwing kunais. But I have never used them before. I also don't know anything about throwing kunais, but we will figure things out somehow. But I want to practice other things. Why should I practice with kunais? Because every shinobi uses them, and when we attend the academy we will have to learn it anyway, so why don't just practice now so we don't have to do it later? But what about you? I will practice later, but I will show you how you should practice. Quote. Anyway, let's start. As I said, I don't know much, but I guess the secret behind throwing things, in general, should be your posture. You see the tree over there? I will now try to hit it, so step aside so I don't accidentally hit you. But it's pretty far. I think hitting it will be too hard. Eiji ignored her and threw his kunai. It wasn't even close. Well, as expected. Anyway, now it's your turn. After each failure, you try to change the posture to, yay, I hit it. Quote. A few months passed. Even though I told her that there is nothing more I can do to help her train, for some reason she still comes to the usual place where I train. It seems like she got the idea of becoming a medic nin out of her head. She kept training with kunais and she even uses now shuriken as well. I have to admit that she really has a talent when it comes to weapons. She can even do now the Itachi thing where she hits a kunai with another one to change the direction midair. She got on my nerves, so I told her that she shouldn't be conceited if she can't even to that, and then she succeeded. It's only throwing weapons, so who cares? And I'm not saying that because I'm envious, definitely not. Anyway, when it comes to my training, I observed a few things when it comes to chakra. First, it's fairly easy to concentrate chakra on a few specific locations like the feet without hand seals. Concentrating chakra on other spots without is pretty tough. I asked my parents to teach me some easy hand seals, but I try to train without using them since I need to be able to direct chakra through my whole chakra system and not just to certain spots to be able to accelerate it. Secondly, I observed that chakra hasn't a fixed speed. If you are angry or something, your chakra flow is faster, but the speed difference isn't really that huge. Thirdly, I already knew this, but experiencing the difference is still really cool. You can not only concentrate chakra on the feet or hands to enhance psychical prowess, you can also do it with your head to improve your mental prowess. Anyway, after the last few months, I made a breakthrough and now I can accelerate my chakra a bit in fixed spots like my hand. Controlling the acceleration is really hard, so I can't really use it in a fight right now since I'm basically standing still to concentrate. But that's not important. What's important is that I feel a difference in the physical enhancement, which proves my theory. Anyway, now I want to test something else. I want to release the accelerated chakra with a bang. If I'm able to do that, I could become a walking nuke, muhahaha. I start to slowly concentrate my chakra into my fist, then move it in circles while slowly accelerating. After it is at a satisfying speed, I release it. Boom. Aw shit, my hand. Eiji. Chapter 9. When I opened my eyes, I was confused. A white ceiling and rhythmic beep sounds. Oh, you are awake. Let me get the doctor and your mother. Doctor. Does it mean I'm in a hospital? I remember now. I trained and wanted to test something out. Shit, if I'm in the hospital it means it's pretty serious. My mum will kill me. Eiji. My mum stormed into the room with teary eyes and instantly hugged me. I'm sorry, Eiji. I should have observed your training. I'm sorry. Fuck. I thought she will be furious, but if she behaves like that it makes me feel like shit. Sorry mum, it's my fault. I'm just glad that you are okay. Ahem, excuse me, but since he is awake now I need to give the medical report. Sorry, we are listening. No, it's okay. Anyway, his right hand was heavily damaged. We could fix it for the most part, but there are still complications that will stay. I'm sorry to say this, but he will only be able to make crude movements. He won't be able to use things like chopsticks or hand seals with his right hand. I'm telling you this because both of your parents are shinobis and you are probably thinking about becoming one too, but I advise you to pursue other career paths instead. So it was a pretty serious injury. I should have definitely been more careful and I shouldn't have used my physical body to run experiments. After realizing what the doctor said, my mum broke down into crying again while hugging me tighter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Honestly, it all feels kinda surreal, so I don't know if I'm supposed to cry as well. After the crying of my mum stopped, she told me that dad is soon returning from a mission and that we will also visit me. It looks like she left in consideration of me and tried to hold back her tears. I murmured to myself, it's not like I can't become a shinobi with a crippled hand. I fell asleep but I instantly woke up because I heard someone scream from the floor outside. Ag. Even if you can't become a shinobi you still can form a hair. Buuaahhh. You come to your injured son and the first thing you say is some nonsense. Suddenly it went quiet and then my mum opened the door with a smile to tell me, your father was delayed, so he will come to visit you a bit later, so you should sleep again. Okay. Hey Ag, there is who wants to visit you. Is it dad? No, it's your friend so I let her in, okay. Tenten walks slowly into the room, not sure what to say. I heard of the injury, but I don't think it's important. I think it's more important that you are okay, so. Thanks. I know you wanted to be a shinobi but. I came to give you a gift, so please don't be sad. Tears start to form around her eyes while she said that. Ag thought that she is really adorable right now. A gift. Sniff. Yeah here. When Ag saw that the gift was a Tsunade figure he recognized it, he suddenly broke out in laughter. He recalled the times he was with his idiotic dad, his mum, and Tenten. He thought to himself, I didn't want to admit this but I had a lot of fun, right? Ha 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 you are really, thank you but you can keep the figure since I don't plan on giving up on becoming a shinobi. You should know that a genius like myself won't be stopped by a small injury like that. While he said that, Ag smiled wholeheartedly for the first time since regaining his memories. When Tenten saw that genuine and pure smile she blushed while keeping silent. Huh, what's wrong? Nothing, anyway if that's your answer I won't lose to you. Then she suddenly ran away. Huh, I don't remember her being a tsundere, no, I'm probably just imagining things. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 10. Annoying. Staying in the hospital was pretty boring. If it were already Boruto era I could play video games on a handheld to pass time. Still, I could use the time to think things through. First of all, not being able to use both hands to form signs is annoying. I didn't intend to use hand signs at first since I counted on my acceleration technique to carry me but that ended. Let's just say trying to train that will make me the ultimate Deidara cosplayer. I could still learn to use hand signs with one hand like Haku, but that will take a huge amount of effort that's why it is annoying. When it comes to my failed experiment, I can say that the problem was my control. Some chakra went out of my fist as I intended, or else my whole arm would have been probably blown into pieces, while some rest chakra stayed in the fist and it got released there. Controlling chakra isn't already easy and if it's accelerated controlling it is really just too hard. That means it has potential, but until I learn to control it fully I will probably be already on the other side just from training it. I was conceited, I really should treat my body more carefully. So after thinking I concluded that I should accelerate my chakra into objects instead, which will greatly reduce the risk to me. But what would be a good object to use? Well, I already thought of something. After I woke up I only stayed a few days more in the hospital. I got occasional visits from my mum and Tenten and even my dad. When my dad visited me he was pretty calm and civilized, which wasn't really like him, seeing his bruises though I think it's obvious what happened. Anyway now I want to leave my house but my mum is too worried. You know, after what happened you think I let you go train again. But I don't intend to train, I just want to take a walk around the village. Actually I thought I should ground you as a punishment, but since you only go out to train it wouldn't be really a punishment. Well, whatever, as long as you promise me that you don't go training it should be fine. Thanks. Speaking like that isn't really like you, sorry, I know that you are still probably shocked, but you don't have to force yourself, we will love you the same even if you can't become a shinobi. Quote. Why do they all think not being able to use hand signs with both hands is such a big deal? It's only annoying, nothing more. Well, the injury does make me considerably worse in taijutsu though. Anyway, you may ask why I suddenly decided to take a stroll. It's because I'm searching for something, or rather someone. Who am I searching for? I also don't know. The Jonin standby station. It's the first time I have come here. Here, the Jonin stay to await the Hokage's orders or when they are off duty. I really hope I don't run into a main character like Kakashi here since I'm not mentally prepared right now and things would just get awkward. There, two Jonin I don't recognize, thank God, stand outside as guards. Hey you brat, this building is only for Jonins. I know, I'm here cause I'm looking for someone. Who are you looking for? I want to know if there are any shinobis in Konoha who are proficient in kenjutsu. Kenjutsu equals swordsmanship. That's an odd question. Why do you want to know? Oh come on, you know how brats are. They all want to see us shinobis do some cool stuff. Anyway, we in Konoha don't have many kenjutsu user. I know that in Kurigakure they have a lot. When it comes to Konoha, only Hayate comes into my mind. Hayate. This name sounds familiar but I don't remember who that is. Could you tell me where I can find this Hayate? Well, I think he should be inside right now. Inside the Jonan standby station. Hey Hayate, someone is looking for you outside. Cough. Is it Yugao? No, someone else. Quote. Chapter 11. First Teacher. When Hayato went outside, he didn't expect that a little brat he has never seen before wanted to meet him. He observed the boy. He was only around 5 or 6 years old, had black hair and he had a grumpy expression and looked like he was a bit dumb. He wore brown shorts with sandals and had a white t-shirt which was a bit too big so it hung down. But what was most visible was that his right hand was covered in a huge amount of bandages. Overall, he gives the impression of someone who always gets himself into fights, Hayate thought. That couldn't be further from the truth though, since Eiji stays most of the time at home and he has only one friend. Cough. So why did you want to meet me? When the kid heard the cough, it looked like he recognized something. I heard you are a kenjutsu user and I wanted to ask you to teach me. Huh. Why should I? Who are you anyway? Come on, Konoha doesn't have many kenjutsu user. Shouldn't we as followers of the way of the sword stick together? Quote. What a cheeky brat, Hayate thought. Cough. With your age you are probably not even in the academy, so you don't even know the basics, so no, that would be just too much work. But I can already use some E1. I'm a genius. Wouldn't having a genius as your student be immensely prestigious? Cough. You know there is a limit to how conceited you can be. While Hayate still spoke, Eiji already gathered chakra into his feet and then suddenly charged at him and threw a kick. Hayate was slightly surprised but instantly saw through his move and decided to block it, but then Eiji used the arm, with which Hayate blocked the kick, as a springboard and shot back like a cannon. Even though it shot Eiji back, the force of that jump almost blew Hayate also away if he didn't concentrate his chakra into his feet. That's a pretty good chakra control for such an age, he thought. That was pretty rude to suddenly jump at me. Well, I wanted to show you how much of a genius I am. This kid is kinda annoying. But his skills are real. To develop such chakra control you need to have a good concentration. Most children his age have problems to even sit still for some time without fidgeting or something because they would be bored. That's why the academy takes most of the time only older children. Cough. What's your name, kid? Eiji Nakamura. Eiji, you know if I wanted students I just could get a genin team. Come on, just teach me a bit and I will figure the rest out myself. Alright. I don't mind showing you some sword basics, but I don't have the time to teach you beyond that. Are you okay with that? Yeah. So do you have a sword? Nope. Cough. Didn't you call yourself a follower of the way of the sword? I have a sword in my heart. He is really cheeky and shameless for his age. This will be a pain, Hayate thought. Why did I choose the sword? Because I can gather my chakra into the scabbard and then release it when I draw the sword. Like that, I won't have to worry about blowing myself up. Why do I ask someone to teach me with a normal sword style when I want to focus on sword drawing? Because I honestly don't have any idea about swords. I don't even know how to hold one properly, so knowing the basics is a must no matter which style I want to use. About this Hayate though. I now remember him. Wasn't he one of the proctors during the Chunin exams? I somehow feel a spiritual connection with him since he ends up as cannon fodder, a fate I try my best to escape. Anyway, I now have to get a sword from somewhere. Joe Mum, can you buy me a sword? Hell no. Shit. Chapter 12. It heals fast. But I really need a sword. You are probably thinking about starting to train again, but I won't let you train alone anymore. Tomorrow I don't have guard duty so I can oversee you so you don't injure yourself. And if you want to use a sword, I will let you have one only when I see that you are ready to handle one. You really don't trust me, huh? That was an accident which only happened because I tried to do something ridiculous, which I won't do again, so don't be so creepily overprotective. I mean, when I used Tenten's kunais nothing happened either, right? I don't trust you precisely because you always try something ridiculous. Tenten's mother told me not long ago that Tenten showed her a dangerous kunai technique. When her mother furiously asked her where she learned that, she answered that it was your idea. She lied. It was her idea alone. I even told her that it's too dangerous, but she didn't listen to me. You know, when you lie you should at least act as you believe yourself what you are saying. Anyway, I won't let you train without supervision anymore and I will definitively not buy you a sword. So the problem is, that there is no one to supervise my training. Well, funnily enough, when I took a stroll right now I somehow got a Jonin, who specializes in Kenjutsu, to agree to train me, so which colors can I choose for my sword? Quote. After convincing her, my mum finally bought me a sword. But somehow I think she is pissed off about something because she bought a really cheap one, but even worse is the color. It's pink. Why are there even pink swords? Seriously, who would even buy them? At least the form is normal, it's pretty much a standard katana. But it's still pretty awkward. Right now I'm with that Hayate guy at a training field, and when he saw my sword the only thing I got was silence and a cough. Arrgghhh, this is so embarrassing I wanna die. Well, when it comes to things like that it's best to keep a poker face. Quote. Cough. I think I didn't really introduce myself last time. I'm Hayate Gecko, a special Jonin. So anyway, since you want to learn the basics of Kenjutsu, let's start from the beginning. First of all, contrary to Kumogakure or Kurigakure, Konohagakure doesn't put a heavy emphasis on Kenjutsu. But it doesn't mean that our Kenjutsu is worse, it's just not on a large scale. Most Kenjutsu users of Konoha are in fact Anbu members. Many of them start learning Kenjutsu only after joining the Anbu though, so why do you think they do this? I guess it's because it's a silent and efficient way to kill. Cough. Most kids your age would have answered something like it's cool or something, is your head really alright? Come on, I'm just a bit smart for my age, no need to think I'm a psycho. Anyway, is my answer right? Well, partly yes, but the more important reason is that even members who specialize in mid or long range fights have the means to get an advantage in close combat. Even though they could use kunais or taijutsu, the advantage of a sword in close combat is too big. Cough. Anyway, I think we should just start. I will show you now the basic posture and movements. Yes, sensei. No need to call me sensei. I'm just showing you the basics. By the way, what's with your injury? How long will it take to heal? Just 1 or 2 weeks. Cough. Till then I will just show you the basic movements which only need one arm. In the Hokage office. Good afternoon, Hayate. What brings you here today? Aren't you off duty right now? Cough. Lord Hokage, I came here to ask for information regarding a child with the name Eiji Nakamura. That's unusual of you. May I ask you why? Well, because I'm currently teaching him, but I don't know anything about him, so I want some basic background information. I can't say that I ever heard of this child. But I don't think you just decided randomly to teach someone without a reason, right? Cough. To be honest, he is pretty smart for his age and he didn't ask for a lot, he just wanted that I only teach him the basics, but he is a bit odd. I don't know how to describe it, but behind his bratty attitude, there is some mature wisdom the way he approaches things, which wouldn't be possible with smartness alone. Odd. Ahahaha. Well, we certainly have many odd youngsters in our village. Ahahaha. When the third Hokage stopped laughing heartily, he looked towards one of his attendants, the latter then nodded and disappeared. Not long after, the attendant appeared with a report. Then the attendant summarized. Eiji Nakamura, 5 years old, a normal background, the only noteworthy things are 2 incidents. The first, where he ended up in the hospital almost dead because he consumed a brainpower pill which his young body couldn't handle. The second is, where he also ended up in the hospital, the cause this time was that an accident occurred while he was training. Apparently, he injured his right hand, and the medical reports say that it was damaged heavily, so a future as a shinobi is unlikely. That's all. Cough. Cough. Are you alright, Hayate? Just 1 or 2 weeks my ass. Chapter 13. The Budget Genius. What's a genius? Most people would think of people with an immense amount of talents, youngsters, who despite being younger, often outmatch their seniors and learn anything at a shocking speed. But it's not only talent that makes a genius. Often they have also a sharp mind and intellect which sets them apart from their peers. Currently, Hayate was eating dinner at Ichiraku Ramen with one of those geniuses. Her name is Yugao Azuki. She joined the Anbu when she was only in her childhood, trained later Kenjutsu under Hayate, and is also his lover. Hey, I heard you were teaching some brat now. Well, at the start I only wanted to teach him the basics, but honestly watching him train is fun so I keep teaching him. So he must be special if he caught your eyes, right? Cough. Well, it's hard to say. His talent is the definition of mediocre, not even comparable to you. So he isn't really a genius and his personality is a bit rotten. Rotten. Cough. He is pretty shameless and has a rude demeanor. He really knows how to get on people's nerves. Then why are you teaching him? The thing is, even though his talent is mediocre, his progress is still shocking for his age. I think the best way to describe why would be because of his mindset. When it comes to training, he somehow gets serious and shows some kind of professionalism. What I mean by that is, that he focuses on mastering the fundamentals instead of trying to jump straight into flashy techniques, and he also trains efficiently. He doesn't train too much where it becomes detrimental instead. But most importantly, his standards when it comes to strength are pretty high. What do you mean by that? Cough. Well, most would consider Chunin to be relatively strong while Jonin would be something unfathomable, the elite, right? Well, I can see it in his gaze, that what he considers to be strong, goes even beyond Anbu level. Oh, so he is a dreamer. Well, that's certainly good, since if your expectations aren't high, no matter how unachievable they are, this will only limit one pretty heavily. So shooting for the stars is a good habit. Cough. I agree, that's why it's so fun to see him grow. Someone who is mediocre, but still has a shocking growth speed similar to geniuses, a budget genius. A budget genius. Oh dear, you sometimes come up with really strange ideas. Well, that's a part one love about you though. It's now around 2 months since I started Kenjutsu training around Hayate. He showed me a one-handed sword style because of my injury. I already have understood most of the basic stuff when it comes to Kenjutsu, partly because his teaching style was more or less learning by doing. Means a lot of sparring, a lot. I don't mind though since it is the best way to get a feeling about what you are supposed to do. So I can proudly say that I'm already a swordsman. But that's only for pure Kenjutsu without the use of chakra. He told me starting next week he will teach me how to implemented chakra into Kenjutsu. To be honest, I think he somehow forgot that he only wanted to teach me the basics, not that I mind though. Other than Kenjutsu training, I kept training my chakra manipulation. I even started to try the tree climbing practice, but let's just say the results aren't as good as I hoped. When it comes to the acceleration technique, I have to postpone it for now since I already have a full training regimen, and after using chakra for the tree climbing practice, I just don't have enough chakra to do it. But overall things progress smoothly. A wise man once said, if life seems peaceful, truck-kun will come to get you when you least expect it. Good thing that there are no trucks in this world. Anyway, I somehow have the feeling I forgot something this whole time. At the park where Eiji and Tenten trained. There, a super angry Tenten threw a barrage of weapons towards practice dummies which had all faces of Eiji drawn onto them. I can't believe he forgot about me. Chapter 14. My sword broke. Seems like the sparring training was too much for this cheap tourist sword. So now I have to ask my mum for a new one. Problem is, she is currently on a mission and will only return in a week or so. Hey dad, my sword broke. Can you buy me a new one? That's, when it comes to the finances, your mother doesn't let me handle it, sorry. He really is useless. Anyway, what should I do now? Oh right, maybe Tenten has a sword I could borrow. Since the park is between my and her house, maybe I should look there first. Normally in Konoha, the training fields are occupied by genin teams, so for non-shinobi families, if they want to practice before the academy, they need to go into the woods or something. However, there is a park which can be used for training too, since the park is pretty big so you don't disturb anyone if you train there. But recently the normal children stopped hanging out there because there were rumors that a demon in the form of a little girl rampaged there. So when Eiji got near to the park, some children warned him, hey, you shouldn't go to the park, There is a demon who will eat the soul of anyone unlucky enough to cross paths with it. A demon. What the hell are you guys talking about? Anyway, I have some business there, so don't bother me. What the? We just wanted to help you, but you are so rude. We don't care if you get eaten. Eiji shrugged his shoulders and went on. When Eiji got near their former training spot, he could see a girl from afar. Hey, Tenten. Long time no see. How are you doing? By the way, if you have a sword, can you lend it to me? When the girl heard the voice and how he shamelessly jumped straight into asking to borrow something while not even finishing greeting, she slowly turned around. For Eiji, at this moment, it looked like the girl breathed fiery steam out of her mouth and her eyes glowed red. Holy shit, there is really a demon here. Let's try to slowly turn. After not saying anything for 2.5 months, you think you can just come here and ask me to lend something? Shouldn't you be here to apologize? Oh yeah, right, I kinda forgot to tell you that I would be training somewhere else. Anyway, I'm currently busy, so I have to go now. Suddenly a kunai flew which missed his face only for a few millimeters. I think it's pretty dangerous to throw those things near people. When he saw the amount of throwing weapons she pulled out, Eiji knew for the first time in his both lives what fear truly was. Girls are really scary when they are angry. That's the last thought he had before he fainted from fear. When he woke up and saw the number of weapons near him, he thought he died and woke up in hell where he will get tortured with those weapons for all eternity. Stop, you evil demons. I'm the most virtuous person who has ever lived. You have the wrong guy. An icy voice answered. You are calling me a demon. You know there is a limit to how shameless you can be. Huh, wait, I am alive and didn't end up in hell. I can send you there if you want. UHHMM, long time no see Tenten. Quote. Come one, don't be mad. I have a sensei now and just didn't have the time to tell you that I won't be coming here for a while. Quote. I'm sorry. Quote. Will you forgive me if I let you eat as much dango as you want? Quote. Yeah, it looks like the saying is true, that the pathway to a girl's heart is sweets. But all the money I saved will be gone because of this glutton. Well, considering it saves my life, it's probably worth it. Cough. You said that you are currently low on cash, so I bought a sword for you so we don't lose any time. I'm really thankful for that, but why is it pink? Cough, I thought it was your favorite color. No, Hayate smiled mischievously. Quote. Anyway, you said that your tree climbing practice goes well, right? If that's the case, then I will show you a high-level technique. To be honest, learning it might take a long time, so if we add it to the training now, then you will save a lot of time later on, especially since one of your hands is practically unusable. But I will only teach it to you if you promise me something, okay? Well, it should be fine, but what promise? That while you learn it, you will only practice it while I'm with you because it involves a dangerous ninjutsu. Gulp. Alright, I promise. Cough. Then observe it while I show it to you. Leaf-style dance of the crescent moon. When he said that, 2 shadow clones appeared, and with them, Hayate leapt through the air in a formation reminiscent of the crescent move, and then they slashed simultaneously at the practice dummy. Cough. Since it involves the shadow clone jutsu, I will teach it first to you before we start to train your movement and coordination with your clones for the technique. The shadow clone jutsu is also the reason why it's so dangerous because it can deplete your chakra instantly if you don't handle it correctly, which can result in death. Yes, sensei. Hayate smiled while he thought. I told him in the past to not call me that, but since he called me it now at this moment, it means he respects me. Holy shit, it's the shadow clone jutsu. Who cares about the dance of the crescent moon? I can learn the shadow clone jutsu. If Hayate could hear Eiji's thoughts at this moment, he would certainly cry. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 15. Trauma. Currently, I'm at my grandparents' house, because it's my grandma's birthday. Since my father didn't inherit his family's business, his parents were really pissed off. Until now the relationship is really cold. Even before I regained my memories, I almost never saw them. Anyway, the grandma, which today's birthday is my mom's mother. Their relationship is good, that's why she invites us every year to her birthday. Actually, almost the whole family gets invited, that's why it's always a huge gathering. My mom's family are basically the tatami mats producer for the whole village. They have even occasionally clients like the Hyuga or Uchiha clan. But during the Third Shinobi War, no one wanted to buy tatami mats. That's why, as the oldest child, my mum became a shinobi to help them financially out. But since she became a shinobi, she can't inherit the family business, which is why her younger sister, my aunt, always mocks her. That's also the case for her daughter. Hey, long time no see, glue eater, hee. She is about 2 years older than me, and currently, we were with all the other kids in the same room, while the adults were in the main room. I really want to practice the shadow clone jutsu right now, but I'm stuck here. I wonder how much glue you ate since the last time I saw you. Hee. Tenten is probably training right now. After she forgave me, she insisted that I practice with her when Hayate-sensei is busy. By the way, the barrage was scary, she really got strong. I'm confident that in a real fight she would beat me easily. But she still asked me what she should do next since she already mastered long-range weapons. I told her that her weakness is that she has to carry this barrage with her, which slows her down while also interfering with her movements, so she should use fuinjutsu to store her weapons. When she heard it, she looked at me like I'm some all-knowing guru, but I just told her what she would be able to do later on her own. Well, if she gives me money for the advice I won't mind though, hey. Hey, are you listening to me? Or is your brain damaged from eating all the glue? Joe, can you shut up, you little shit? Or else I'm gonna kick you in the leg. Quote. Hitsumi was shocked. In the past, when she mocked Eiji, he would always run away while crying. He was really dumb, and because he was so slow he wasn't able to get along with others, which resulted in him being also shy. In short, he was a weird and dumb kid who ate glue. But now he has the aloof and cool air of a delinquent around him. It also seems like he isn't slow anymore. How did this happen? But more importantly, did he just insult me? Hey, what did you call me now just now? I called you little shit, you deaf bitch. She fainted. Hitsumi was always doted by her parents, which gave her a bit of a superiority complex. She was never insulted before, so when Eiji didn't use a childish insult, like kids their age would do, but rather crude mature ones, she was so shocked that she actually fainted. Eiji looked at her unconscious body. Who cares about her? Soon the horror of the Nakamura children will appear. What he refers to as the horror is actually his grandpa. Always when there is a family gathering, the children would choose to sacrifice one of them. The sacrifice would help his grandfather to help him find his denture. The grandfather is senile, so he always forgets his denture somewhere, and since he doesn't want to trouble the adults, he goes into the room where all the children are playing, to ask to help him. So for the children, it kinda evolved into a ritual whenever there is a family gathering to choose one unlucky one, since no one wants to look for a dirty and used venture. There is even a legend between the kids, that the unlucky ones who get chosen will be traumatized for their whole lives. This time they will choose the sacrifice through a rock-paper-scissors tournament. Eiji doesn't intend to become the sacrifice, because the reason why he ate glue in the past was that he was so traumatized, that he needed some budget drugs. Hey Eiji, it's your turn, hurry up before the horror comes. Oh no, did I just hear steps in the hallway? Come on, hurry up, there are only 2 more matches to go. Sorry guys, but I have to shit. While he said that, he ran out of the room, leaving the other children flabbergasted. Feeling betrayed, they also started to run out of the room, while the unconscious Hitsumi slowly woke up while her demise slowly crept towards the room. Oh, can someone of you children stop playing for a minute to help me find my denture, please? Chapter 16. Enrollment. A few years passed. A boy was staring at a training dummy. He carried a pink sheathed sword in his right hand, while his left hand was only a few centimeters away from the grip. His posture was slightly bent forward. Suddenly he disappeared and appeared behind the dummy. The sword was slightly unsheathed, and when he moved his right hand so that it could glide back fully into the sheath, a clean cut appeared on the dummy's neck. I finally mastered a basic Iijutsu technique. Anyway, I should get going now or I will be late. The day the village's children enroll at the academy is a special one. It signifies not only honor, but it's also seen as a turning point in most of the children's lives. Because of that, for this special occasion, the Hokage himself is giving a speech. It is a grand speech, which ignites the hearts of the children while also letting the present adults reminisce of the past when it was their enrollment day. But one boy rolled his eyes and looked like he was bored to death. Does he really need to make his speech so long? Anyway, it looks like other than Tenten I only recognize Neji and Lee here. Single quote. It wasn't Eiji's enrollment. It was Tenten's. So he stood next to her and her parents while looking at the ones he recognized. Neji had a stern and unhappy look. He was accompanied by a random Hyuga which was probably from the branch house. It looks like his father already died. Next, he looked towards Lee. Well, he still has a normal haircut. Anyway, even though it's boring here, I finally have the opportunity to find out Tenten's family name. Every time he asked her to finally tell it, she would always blush and say that it's too early for him to know and he should wait until she is ready. His plan for today is to wait for an opportunity where he can just ask one of her parents. After the Hokage finally finished his speech, all the formalities were finished, so a celebrating atmosphere erupted. The parents would congratulate their own children and children from their friends. Tenten, congratulations. As your father, I can't be more proud of you that you choose the noble path to protect the village. Congratulations, Tenten. Thanks, Mum and Dad. She then looked at the Eiji who stood beside her. After noticing her gaze he said, to be honest, enrolling isn't really worth celebrating since they would probably take even someone who sits in a wheelchair as long he spouts fire of will nonsense. Quote. I'm just joking, anyway congratulations, I have a gift for you. He pulled out a kunai which was obviously specially made since it had beautiful markings and the characters, heaven, heaven, which means Tenten. Quote. What? You are still not satisfied. Just so you know, I used all my money for it, so I can't buy you sweets. No, that's not it. Lord Hokage is behind you and heard what you said. Ha ha ha, I have to admit, this was a great joke. I'm pleased that there are children in the village with a great sense of humor. By the way, congratulations on your enrollment. While Tenten was happy to be congratulated personally by the Hokage, Eiji was completely scared. Holy shit, where the hell did he jump out suddenly? Wasn't he giving his speech pretty far away from us? Shit, what do I say now? Good afternoon Lord Hokage. Ha ha ha, good afternoon to you too. Even though it was a joke, there is some truth in the fact that the most important thing we are looking for in students is the will of fire. It's because it's even more important than ability and strength. After all, in times where your abilities aren't enough, it's the will. After noticing that the Hokage will start a lengthy monologue about basically the same stuff he said in his speech, Eiji recovered from his shocked state and got bored fast, so he drifted with his thoughts away. So in a year, it will be my turn. I can already use the shadow clone jutsu even with my crippled hand since it's probably the easiest and plain hand seal and doesn't require precise finger movements to form. When I told Hayate sensei that I wanted to learn some Iijutsu, he told me that he doesn't have a lot of knowledge about that and that he would look, if there are any records in Konoha with some knowledge on Iijutsu. Since he is a special Jonin, he just went to the Konoha archive library. There he found some records of a former Konoha shinobi who traveled to the Land of Iron and who analyzed some of their Iijutsu techniques and wrote it down. With my sensei's help, we could learn most of it, since there was only basic stuff recorded because the shinobi wasn't taught anything there and all was just purely from his observations. Sensei also told me that I'm now pretty decent in kenjutsu overall. Well, I could also see that when I sparred with Tenten, her parents noticed her talent in weaponry, so they started buying her a huge variety of weapons. She basically can pick up any weapon for the first time and do decently with it. Thank God, I can still beat her in swords duels, or else I would lose my pride as a swordsman. Anyway, before I enroll, I need to master the dance of the crescent moon, while starting to add my wind chakra when I use the sword. I don't think I will have the time to make progress with my chakra acceleration till then though, this will probably have to wait till I'm in the academy and mastered everything else first. And that is why the will of fire is the most important thing for the shinobis of our village, don't you agree? Huh. Ah yes, totally. When he looked beside him only he and the Hokage were still there, the rest already went home. No. I lost my chance to finally discover Tenten's family name. P.S. Tomorrow will be again a time skip so that we are finally at the academy arc. Chapter 17. Enrollment. Oh no, not again. It's now my enrollment at the academy. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't nervous, seeing Naruto, Sasuke, and the others in reality for the first time. That's why my eyes are bloodshot, not because I wanted to make a budget Uchiha cosplay, but rather because I couldn't sleep last night at all. But because I have to listen to the old geezer's same speech as last year again, my nervousness vanished magically and now I have to be careful to not fall asleep instead. Everyone is listening to him seriously, which also doesn't make it better, since the voice of the Hokage is the only thing you can hear now. Well, in truth there are some exceptions. Anyway, there is only one boy who isn't accompanied by family or friends. He looks really sad, except when he notices that someone looks at him, then he sends a challenging glare to them. Who could it be except for the protagonist of one of the most known anime with the iconic name, Boruto's Naruto Uzumaki. I really feel bad for him, but as a mob, I should probably keep my distance so that I don't mess the whole world up with something like the butterfly effect. I mean it would be funny, to corrupt him and to see how things unfold, but I need someone to defeat Tree Hippie Madara and those damn aliens. Anyway, he isn't the only important one here. Sasuke is looking happy. He is accompanied by his parents and by Itachi. I know he has many fans, but in my eyes, he is just another dirty Sharingan abuser. And I'm not saying that because I'm jealous and also want a Sharingan, definitely not, I swear. Sakura is, her forehead is really big, you could probably build a tent there, I better never say that out loud. Choji, there is not a lot to say other than he is eating chips. Shikamaru looks like he is bored to death. Yes, I understand you completely. Ino is seriously listening to the speech though. Kiba is more focused on Akamaru than the speech, I can't blame him. Hinata is happy. I thought she would be shy and awkward but, oh right it must be the red scarf she is holding while looking over to our Prince Charming Naruto. Shino. Shit, it's so hard not to laugh. Seeing a little brat in a hooded jacket while wearing sunglasses is just too much. Then there is Iruka who stands next to the Hokage. It sure is weird seeing them in reality. I mean I already saw the Hokage and Tenten, but Hiruzen is making me always sleepy and Tenten is, a half mob. Other than them there are some mobs, myself included. But it doesn't surprise me that there are so many who are enrolling. The day before was the enrollment test, and you just had to answer a few questions. You just had to answer things like, I want to become a shinobi to protect my loved ones or other cheesy lines. It was so dumb that I really had to hold myself back from telling sarcastic or cynical answers. It was really hard to hold myself back. Anyway, I think the only way to fail is to say edgy stuff like I want power or want to kill. Ag. Congratulations, my mum suddenly hugged me. Huh. Is the speech finally over? Ag. Make me proud and form a hug hair buha. Ag. As your senior, congratulations. Anyway here is a gift. Tenten gave me a panda bear pendant, that's really cool, to be honest. I like pandas. Cough. Congratulations on your enrollment. I have something for you. Hayate-sensei gave me his present. Sensei, thank you but this is too much. It is a high-quality sword. You can see that it is expensive. It is mostly black while the rest was violet. It is a beautiful sword. No take it, it is proof that you are now an excellent swordsman. Also from today onwards I'm not your sensei anymore, there is nothing more I can teach you in terms of kenjutsu, but as a shinobi, you still have a lot to learn. So go to the academy and become a splendid shinobi. This guy. Thank you for everything, Hayate-sensei. I will become a shinobi you can be proud of. While saying that, I bowed to him to express my deepest gratitude. I definitely won't let you die. Cough. I already said that you don't have to call me sensei anymore. By the way you should give your sword a name, he said that with a small smile. After thinking for a while I gave a smile and said, I name it Kagayaku Heiki. Kagayaku Heiki equals background which shines. Chapter 18. Troublemaker Squad. Ha ha ha, that's a great name. By the way congratulations on your enrollment. What the? If Hiruzen keeps appearing suddenly out of nowhere, one day I will definitely get a heart stroke. More importantly, why is he here? Shouldn't he comfort Naruto or something since he is lonely? Thanks. Ha ha ha, anyway I wanted to tell you something. You know, it's pretty rare to get trained personally by a Jonin before enrolling in the academy, so I'm looking forward to your future. Hayate, how have you been? It looks like I caught some attention. Well, as long as it's only Hiruzen and not someone like Danzo everything should be fine. And if he thinks I will become one of those turbo geniuses who rise to Anbu as kids, he will be disappointed, hahaha. Because even if could rise to Anbu I wouldn't. The missions you get are too dangerous and it really hasn't any merit besides feeling cool and a good payment. Anyway, it looks like he is done talking to Hayate and my parents, so I guess that's it for today. So tomorrow I'm gonna be a student. Cough, why are you making that sad face? Because it's a farewell, right? You said you won't teach me anymore, so I guess I probably won't see you anymore. Cough, you are right, we probably won't see each other as student and sensei anymore. But that's why you have to do your best to graduate so we can see each other as fellow shinobis. I looked at his smile. He is right, doesn't matter what happens or what I plan on doing, I should graduate first. While thinking this, I feel how a smile forms on my mouth. Now I'm kinda curious how the academy will be. Greetings, I'm Iruka Yumino. I will be your head instructor from now on. Our first class will be about the will of fire. Alright, starting tomorrow I start skipping class. Eiji was currently sitting in the last row next to the window, alone. When he first arrived he chose the last row so he doesn't get much attention but no one chose to sit next to him. The reason is the way he looks. He carries an adult-sized sword on his shoulder which is in stark contrast with his small child body. The sword has also a pendant, which looks like the face of a panda bear, attached to the end of the grip which absolutely doesn't suit the refined look of the high-quality sword. Other than that, he is wearing a white shirt which is a bit too long and shorts with sandals, giving him a nonchalant look. But the most important thing is his face. It looks like he always wants to pick a fight with somebody. In short, it's someone you don't want to get involved with. Okay, this was a basic rundown. Why don't we go to the roof? I will explain there more, while you get to see the faces of our Hokage. Hell no. I'm not going. If I hear another thing about the will of fire I will lose my mind. Let's just pretend that I somehow got separated from the group and got lost. While everyone started to follow Iruka towards the roof, Eiji sneaked into what looked like a training hall. I can wait here till everyone returns and then just sneak back into the group. Ahahaha, this stupid sensei couldn't see how I sneaked out. Geez, keep your voice down or else someone might hear us. Ah yeah, Akamaru, sitting at a desk is boring, right? Potato chips noises. ... Looks like I'm gonna be part of the troublemaker squad. Chapter 19. Traitor. Hey, who are you? Are you here to tell on us? Asked Naruto with a challenging glare. When he said that the rest looked towards Eiji. No, he looks like he is here to skip as well. Anyway, can't you keep your voice down, Shikamaru? He is right, I'm here to skip too because I can't handle another will of fire speech, Eiji. Alright then, but why do you walk around with a sword like a weirdo, Naruto? I honestly think walking with a sword around isn't as weird as taking your dog to school, Eiji. Oh yeah, he is right. Hey you over there, what happens if your dog has to pee, Naruto? It looks like right now they don't really know each other. Well, considering that we students still didn't introduce ourselves, it makes sense. Hey, if you have a problem with Akamura being here, then say that directly to my face, Kiba. HMPH, like I would get scared telling that straight to your dumb looking face, Naruto. What did you say, Kiba? Geez, can you guys calm down? If you guys start fighting now, someone might hear us. Anyway, I'm gonna take a nap so keep your voices down, Shikamaru. HMPH, Naruto. Whatever. Akamaru, let's move around to blast some steam off. Waff. Hey, didn't you hear what I just said, Shikamaru? Hey, can I have some of your chips, Eiji? Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. I only asked, why do you look at me like I burned your house down, Eiji? This will be a long day. Meanwhile on the roof. So that's it for today. Since it's the first day we finish earlier today. Oh, by the way, tomorrow you will all introduce yourselves, so if you need to, you have time to prepare for it. Remember to be careful on your way home. Yes, sensei. Excuse me, sensei, I think there are some missing from our group. I already know that. Still, thanks for telling me. Did they honestly think I wouldn't notice? In the training hall after some time, everyone started to mind their own business and didn't interact much with each other. But that was when the door slammed open and a scary smiling Iruka went in. You guys really have some guts to skip classes on your first day at the academy. What do you guys have to say? I feel stiff sitting at the desk all day, so I needed to move, don't you agree, Akamaru? Waff. I felt tired and needed a place to relax. Potato chips noises. I don't need to attend some stupid classes since one day I will become the Hokage. Uruka thought. So this is the brat who has the 9 tails. You are misunderstanding, sensei. I somehow got separated and got lost, so when I saw these fellow students I wanted to ask them where to go, but they threatened me to stay with them so I couldn't tell on them. Ag. When all the other children heard it they had all the same thought. This damn shameless traitor. Betraying didn't pay off and Ag needed to run laps like the others. Oh man, yesterday was a total disaster. Anyway, it's the second day now, and it looks like Sasuke has already his fan club. It looks like he is kinda awkward with it though since he still isn't in his emo phase. But other things are like you would expect. Listen here you all. My name is Naruto Uzumaki and one day I will become the Hokage. I swear if he keeps shouting before I graduate I will become completely deaf. But to be fair, when introducing he wasn't the only one who said Hokage stuff, he was just the only one who shouted. Most just said their names and that they want to become a shinobi so there isn't much to say. Well it looks like it's my turn now. I'm Eiji Nakamura and I don't have a goal. But one thing you should know about me is that I'm a paragon of virtue. Noble and virtuous like a Buddha, you won't find anyone who is more truthful and trustworthy than me. How can you say that you shameless traitor? Keep your voice down Naruto, Uruka. Quote. Somehow no one looks convinced. I wonder why. Chapter 20. Sumo Match. The students were now outside and had kunai shuriken throwing class. Oh wow, look at how good Sasuke is. Yes, he is not only cute, but he is also really skilled. Sasuke, can you please teach me after school? HMPH, Sasuke here Sasuke that. Let me show you what I, the future Hokage can do. After Naruto's proclamation, he started to throw a kunai, it didn't even come close. Loud laughter erupted. Ha ha ha, and he wants to be Hokage. Uruka looked at Naruto with a complicated gaze. I really wonder why the Hokage placed the boy, who has the monster which killed my parents, under me. Damn you all, feel free to laugh while you can. When I become Hokage, none of you will be laughing. Ha 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 yeah keep dreaming. After that, it was Eiji's turn. He walked nonchalantly to the spot where everyone throws from while carrying his sword on his shoulder and having an unmotivated look. When he threw, no one was shocked that he didn't hit and many had the same thought. I have never seen a more half-assed attempt, he didn't even try to hit. The worst part was that it wasn't even the right direction. Hey Eiji, what was that? Try again and this time seriously, Uruka. No, I won't. I'm a swordsman, I don't care about stupid knives. Quote. Truthfully Eiji was pretty strong already for an academy student. But that was only because of his kenjutsu. Hayate only taught him kenjutsu and the shadow clone jutsu. And Eiji didn't practice with kunais or shurikens whatsoever because he thought that it's a waste of time. So he is basically a one-trick pony. But Uruka didn't know that. Uruka looked at Shikamaru who was leaning against the building with his eyes closed. In truth, Uruka was vexed more by Shikamaru. He didn't even make a half-assed attempt like Eiji, he simply said his arms hurt and then went sleeping. Looks like I will have to give them both an F in classroom attitude. Uruka had enough. The whole first week there was a student who always tried to snack during class. And when he scolded him, the student skipped class and then ate his snacks somewhere else. So Uruka started to confiscate all his snacks first thing in the morning. His plan seemed to work since he didn't see him eating in class anymore and he didn't have a reason to skip classes as well. The only thing was, the student had to go really often to the bathroom. But he thought, it must be the boy's body which needs to adjust to not eating all the time, so he didn't suspect anything. Oh man, what a week. I thought there would be more ninja stuff classes, but most of it till now was reading, writing, and mathematics. Since I have my previous life's memories those things are too easy, so I'm really bored. That's why I skipped often classes. I wasn't the only one who skipped though. Mostly it was the usual suspects. But somehow Choji stopped skipping after some time. Well, it's not like it's my problem anyway. Anyway, when we skipped classes, it wasn't really like we played together or something, everyone kinda did their own thing. Naruto mostly prepared some pranks he would later do. Kiba played with Akamaru. Shikamaru and I slept most of the time. At first, I thought Iruka would try to stop us, but it looks like he already gave up on us. Anyway, I'm currently walking towards the bathroom since my body wants to unleash the Ancient One. I would prefer to do it home, but sometimes the Ancient's call is too strong. Huh. Why is Choji standing in front of the toiled cabin like he is guarding something? Hey move, I really need to lay an egg. No, not this cabin. But it's the only one in this bathroom. Then go to the girls' bathroom. What the hell? Come on, stop with this nonsense. Sweat started to form on Choji's forehead and he started to block the cabin with his whole body. Hey, I'm really starting to get angry, so if you don't move then I will just push you aside. A pitiful sumo match started in the boys' bathroom which shouldn't be described fully for the reader's sake. Anyway, Eiji managed to find an opening and used it to push the cabin door open. When he saw what was inside, Eiji had an expression of extreme terror. Oh my, Eiji couldn't finish his sentence before both of them were buried under a tsunami of junk food. Thank you for watching. Continue exploring the fascinating world of Chinese novels with us. Hit that subscribe button on Chinese Novel Audiobook to stay updated with our latest stories, and never miss out on a great listen.